Welcome to Public Affairs. Once again, this is Awi Bayari covering the very special media event with Mr. Bob Arum, the Hall of Famer promoter from Top Rank. It's always a privilege to be with you, Mr. Bob Arum.
Howie, it's a real pleasure to be with you.
Yes. Well, we always have to interview you because you always bring the best spectacle to the audience. What do we expect to see on November 14?
One of the best fights that we have ever seen in boxing will take place November 14th. These are two real warriors who will go at each other from the opening bell. I truly believe that this fight will be a classic.
How would you differentiate it from the previous fights of Manny Pacquiao and also Cotto? Because everything is always so good and so spectacular, but how different would it be?
Well, here you have two fighters at the peak of their careers. Cotto has demonstrated handling big guys like Mosley and Jab Judah and Clottey, that he is the top welterweight in the world. And Manny Pacquiao has been going up in weight, fought De La Hoya, fought Hatton, but neither of those guys, it could be said, was at the peak of their career. Now he's fighting the best welterweight in the world. He has his hands full with Cotto. Cotto is a strong guy, a great puncher. Manny can win, but he has to really work hard and train hard in order to do that. Cotto is a big, big problem for him.
Cotto is younger, and he only has one loss, and that still is even controversial, I think. So that means Manny Pacquiao should be very, very afraid.
Well, Manny Pacquiao is a fighter, and he's a real warrior, and real warriors aren't afraid. He has to realize, which he does, that this is an extremely tough and difficult battle, and he has to be prepared like he's never been prepared before.
Mm-hmm. What role does Freddie Roach play in this particular fight?
Well, without Freddie Roach, I wouldn't give Manny that much of a chance. Freddie is a master trainer, a great strategist, and if anybody can figure out a way to beat Miguel Cotto, it will be Freddie Roach. And Freddie has the ability to communicate to Manny what Manny must do to win the fight.
Mm-hmm. So who has more advantage, the person, the boxer that has the force and a great body puncher, or the boxer that is very quick and with velocity, just like Manny Pacquiao?
Well, usually speed kills, and the fighter who brings the speed will beat the guy who brings the power. But Cotto has demonstrated that he has taken on and defeated two of the fastest fighters in the world, in Mosley and in Jab Judah. So Cotto is one fighter who has power, who has the ability to handle speed.
Mm-hmm. I know I always ask you about predictions, and you never like to give predictions, but I will ask it anyway. Who do you think will win November 14?
A lot of people have asked me who I think will win this fight. Mm-hmm. And usually, I never, of course, would say, but in this case, I must say I really don't know. I really don't know. This is one fight that I've done that I have no idea who's going to win the fight. Usually I have a pretty good idea. Sometimes I'm wrong. But I have no idea who's going to win this fight.
That makes you the Hall of Famer promoter because you make like people so excited about the fight and really longing to go there November 14. Now, talking about fights, before we end this with Manny Pacquiao and Miguel Cotto, I know that Mayweather and Manuel Marquez are fighting it out. If Mayweather wins, will he be the next opponent of Manny Pacquiao?
Well, first of all, Manny Pacquiao has a tough enough task fighting Miguel Cotto. And after that fight has taken place, and we see who won and how they've won, Miguel or Manny, then we'll plot our next move. But I am telling you that this is the fight. This is the fight which will be the most exciting fight that Manny Pacquiao will ever have in his entire career.
Mm-hmm. Final question: will you be bringing the fight Yankee Stadium in the very near future, or perhaps the Madison Square Garden with Manny Pacquiao?
Well, I would certainly, I've done a lot of fights in Madison Square Garden. I've done only one in Yankee Stadium with Ali and Norton, the third fight. And it's a magnificent facility. It's the new stadium that was built next to the old stadium. And I've been a lifelong Yankee fan, and nothing would please me more than to bring a big fight to Yankee Stadium.
And definitely, I'll be there to have an exclusive coverage with you. Mr. Bob Arum, your message to the boxing fans.
This is one fight you cannot miss. This is a fight that will have you mesmerized as you watch it. I mean, really. I mean, there have been good fights. Manny's been in good fights before. He beat De La Hoya when people thought that he couldn't. He destroyed him. He beat Ricky Hatton in 2 rounds. This is Manny's toughest fight by far. But whichever way it goes, you're going to have an entertaining, exciting evening watching the fight.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hall of Famer Bob Arum, the promoter for Top Rank. Congratulations. Thank you.